Welcome to Sports Banquet. I'm your host, Jamie Felsch.
And I'm your co-host, Jennifer Dick.
Usually at Sports Banquet, we would have our entire teams and parents and coaches come out. We would eat and give awards away for excellence.
So for this year for Sports Banquet, we decided to pre-record what would happen on Sports Banquet Day. We decided to do it this way due to the suspension of classes because of COVID. Now, unfortunately, this year we weren't able to get through all of our sports, so we don't have quite the amount of sports we have had in the past. We also don't have the wonderful Mrs. Cote doing her introduction for banquet where she tells you where all the emergency exits are and bathrooms. That's always my favorite part.
Ha! Mine too. Well, let's get into it. We're starting with our first sport, golf. Hey guys, thanks for waiting. Okay. Yeah.
Hello, this is Jennifer Major from the Globe and Mail, and I'm just wondering, how did it feel to win zones?
Oh, you know, we've got a storied franchise here at RVS, our golf team, but we've never won zones before. It's a big year for us. And then we went off to provincials. And so when you look at that, it's possibly the most successful golf team in RVS history.
Sir, over here.
Yeah.
This is a question from TSN. For your golf team this year, what was your key to success?
Well, I don't want to say there was one key because it's a team game. And so when you've got guys like Denton, Rashawn, Reed, Reese, and Brady, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to have a successful team when you've got guys like that. They're competitors out there, and they really push each other. So I want to say the competitiveness of those guys, but also the camaraderie. We went out there for our practice round, and everyone was helping everybody out, asking questions, and I think that's what it is. They're just guys that want to get better at the game. This year's most valuable golfer was Brady Gregoire. Simple choice this year. When you shoot a 76 at zones, it's unlikely that anyone else is going to top that, best golfer in the zone. Story about Brady. We all finished, and some of the boys were in the low 80s. We knew we had a chance. And Brady's the last golfer to finish from our team, and we asked him, so how'd you shoot? And he goes, pretty good. Well, what was your score? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Well, I told the other guy the score. I don't know what it is. And so we knew he was low 80s, maybe high 70s, and they announce it, and he shoots 76. Who shoots 76 and doesn't know they shot that well? But that day he said all the putts were dropping.
All right, so our next sport is boys soccer, coached by Kat Hildebrand, Jeremy Ansted, and Oscar Graham. Let's see what kind of awards they have to give out this year.
Yeah, coach, over here.
Yes, Mr. Felsch.
Can you give us a recap in your words of the soccer season?
Yeah, our season was roughish. You know, we had minimal players. We often didn't have subs, but everyone who came out did a great job. They tried really hard. They always had a great attitude, and everyone had a good time. And really, we're more a team about just having fun than getting goals or winning games. We're not really into that. So I think they did a really good job.
Yeah, coach, over here.
Yes, you.
What was the highlight of the season?
Whoa, there's so many. Probably the last game in Winkler, and you know, Reed ran from one end of the field to the other and he almost got a goal, which was really great for us. The best forward award goes to Reed Ramsey. Reed had our best play this year. He did an end-to-end run. He still hit the ball around a player even though he fell, and he got a shot, which was great. So best forward goes to Reed Ramsey. Our MVP of this season is Logan Schlorf. He He always showed up and cared and tried really hard regardless of what the score was, and he never quit. Rookie of the Year was Cordell Thiessen. Cordell stepped out of his comfort zone by playing goal for his team. He had never played goal before or soccer before. He developed a lot quicker than any of us would have thought, and he never got discouraged. Best defense is Rashawn Henry. Rashawn kept us from getting 20 plus goals scored against us per game. He was very tough and a reliable D-man. Best midfield was Denton Matejchuk. Denton's level of competitiveness translated onto the field, and he brought it night and day because that's how he is. He never steps down from a challenge. Coach's pick was Austin Schlorf. Austin was the toughest player we had. He played through pneumonia or bronchitis or whatever he had, and he never complained, and he gave it his all every game. Best goal goes to Henry Sem. Henry was an all-around leader on this team. He worked with the rookies and kept a positive attitude regardless of our outcomes. He also proudly scored the most goals for me in my 4 years of coaching the boys. Yes, in the back.
Coach, you're losing a lot of key players to free agency this year. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I am. I'm losing a lot of players that I've had for 4 years, and they've been with me my whole coaching career here, and I'm going to miss them so much because I don't know what I'm going to do without them. They were such great kids, and I hope they go on to great careers at their next soccer team.
Next up is girls soccer, coached by Jason Matejchuk. Coach, over here.
Hey, Jamie.
How would you sum up your season this year?
Well, you know what? The way I'd sum up our season is that the most planning went into the year-end wind-up at Boston Pizza. But on a serious note, it was a great season. The girls are a lot of fun, made lots of improvements. Games were closer and closer as we went through. And just most importantly, really good group of kids that represented our school really well.
Yes, Coach. What do you like best about coaching soccer?
Little Timmy, I would say that the thing I enjoy most about coaching soccer, being somebody who really hates running, I get to tell the girls to run all the time. So that maybe that's really bad of me to say, but that's one of my highlights. Okay, the awards for our girls soccer team. The first one is the Big Kick Award, and that goes out to Crystal Edbum, who gained confidence as a defender as the year went by and was able to clear our zone really well. Our MVP was Julia Spence, both on the field and off the field, just led our team and was a very positive influence. Rookie of the Year was Karina French. Karina took on playing this sport and the task of being a forward with a lot of energy, and she took that on. Our best defender was Taylor Keane. As a young player on our team, she did a great job of reading the play and thwarted a lot of the other team's offensive presses on us. Our best midfielder was Emily Gross. At every practice, at every game, and can honestly say she gave 100%. Best forward, Ainsley Thiessen, good speed, had a lot of good ball sense, and just saw really strong improvement as the year went on. Most improved was Monique Nadon. She did a really good job of getting more active in the game, was quite hesitant at the start of the year, but by the end of the year was right in there with the best players in our zone. And then our captain's choice was Rianne Thiessen. Rianne would move positions, would talk to the younger players, and just was overall a very positive influence. Calm, never got too stressed out about what was going on and off the field. I'd just like to say thank you to all the girls for bringing a soccer team to RVS. Real joy coaching, and look forward to next season. Thank you.
All right, great job, girls and coach. So the next sport we have up is cross country, coached by Keela Matejchuk. And I'm getting it from the sound booth. Yes, she is ready for her interview.
Hey, Coach. Can you sum up the RVS cross country team's year?
Sure. The cross country season at RVS ran in September and October. We trained every noon hour with runners running between 2 and 4 miles. Our team attended 2 races this year, the Milk Run and the Zone 4 cross country meet held in St. Malo. Our team is made up of students from grades 4 to 12, with the majority of our runners being younger students. We had one high school runner participate this year. He trained during noon hours and on his own time. He was a definite role model and leader for all of the younger runners. He finished in the top 8 at the Zone 4 cross country meet. Therefore, our most dedicated runner award is going to Denton Matejchuk. Our most outstanding runner award is also going to Denton Matejchuk. So congratulations, Denton. And I would like to say that if any of you out there like running even a little bit, I want to see you out there in the fall, assuming we can have a team.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Wow, what a great season for Denton. Next up, we have the JV girls, and wait a second. Yes, okay, so our reporter in the field is caught up to their coach, Jen Dick.
Yeah, I'll take that question over there.
Yes, what was the highlight of your year this year?
So I think the highlight of the year for the JV girls varsity team would have been when we were in the GVC Winkler tournament. So into the tournament, and we played against the girls' old coach, Mrs. Suderman. So we played them in the round robin first, and we lost by only a little bit. But then we saw them again in playoffs and ended up destroying them in playoffs in the first set. And then in the second set, we pulled off, we were down by quite a bit, and then we had a great run as a team and ended up beating them. So I think that would have been the highlight of my year, is just beating Mrs. Suderman's team, because everyone on the team played amazing and they were so pumped. And it was in like the GVC home tournament, and to beat them was just an amazing feeling for the girls. The guy in the hat, yes.
How would you describe your season this year?
So our season this year, I've had one of the strongest teams I've had in a while for JV girls volleyball. We had a lot of phenomenal second-year players who really showed great leadership, and then phenomenal rookies coming up. And I've never had so much height on a team before, so we were just blocking and spiking like nobody's business. It had a little bit of a disappointing end. We didn't quite make it to provincials. We went for the wild card application, but we lost out in the semis for zones. So that was a little bit of a disappointing end, but overall, just a phenomenal season. So the JV girls varsity MVP goes to our wonderful setter and one of our co-captains, Taylor Keene. Oh, what an amazing player to have and to coach for 2 years now. She's all over the court and giving it everything she's got. Our rookie of the year goes to Morgan Smith, just an unbelievable player. Always coming in with a great attitude, always coming in with the ability to just pull people up, and just overall excitement when she gets a huge spike or a huge block. My most improved player goes to Alex Doyle. So from where Alex came in to where she ended the season, there was a vast improvement in her serving, in her ability to move on the court, and setting, and just overall knowing how to play the game. She could really read what the other team was going to do. My most adaptable player would be Jennifer Brandt. So I can put Jennifer anywhere on the court and she's able to just do a phenomenal job. We actually made her go setter one game because we also have to pick a new setter for the JV team. So we thought that she would be a great option, and she did a phenomenal job. I can put her power, I can put her right side, I can make her setter, I can make her libero. So she's really my most adaptable. My most coachable player goes to Cadence Ryak. So Cadence, just anything that I tell her, I'd ask her to, do a quick set spike. So she'd do that for me. I'd ask her, I'm like, okay, I need you to hit from right side now. I need you to hit from power. I need you to block here. And I need you to do an overhand serve. And she just, really showed a lot of heart and coachability. My best attitude goes to Nadine Brandt and Abby Chubati. These girls are always ready to cheer on the team if they're on the court or off the court. They always come into practice with a smile, into games with a smile. They're my best attitude. My best serve goes to Katie Menard. So Katie just has an impeccable serve. She got this award last year, and it's only fair that she gets it again this year because that serve is one of the hardest that we see in JV. My best blocker goes to Alicia Ramsey. So this is one of my rookies, and what height did she bring? She would just get her hands up and all of a sudden just the ball would be blocked. It was awesome. My Digger Award goes to Darcy Wilkinson. So Darcy is just a player that will sacrifice her body no matter what. So she'll be diving halfway across the court, whether it's out of bounds or right at the net, she is just gonna sacrifice. And then the captain's choice, so the captains of the team were Darcy and Taylor, and they chose Morgan Smith as their captain's choice for her ability to be a leader for next year and her overall attitude on the court. That was a phenomenal season, girls, led by a phenomenal coach. So next up we have varsity boys coached by Jamie Felch and Alex Mirza. Let's see what those two have cooking up in the volleyball world.
Yes, you in the back.
Hello, sir. I just have a question for you. Can you tell me a little bit about your coaching experience this year?
Yes, so this is my first time coaching and I very much enjoyed it. I got to know the guys outside of school and it was really, really pleasant, and I definitely look forward to doing it more in the future.
Yes.
Hi, I just got a question for you, Coach. What about next year?
Well, as you know, we're losing a lot of guys. 7 out of our 9 are leaving. We're losing Trenton, Cordell, Javon, Mac, Reed, Henry, and Chayton. And these guys are irreplaceable. But we have some prospects in the pipeline that I'm really excited about. We have this year's Rookie of the Year, Matty Ice, to build around. And it's going to be a lot of fun. With that, I'd like to say that I'm stepping down as the RVS boys coach
Big news.
to take on a new role as head coach of the RVS JV volleyball team.
Follow-up question, sir. Is there any truth to the rumors that you were demoted because you took the team to McDonald's instead of Subway after the games?
No comment. Thank you. All right. This year's most valuable rookie was Matt Doyle. When you come into a veteran team like this as a grade 9 student, that can be really intimidating. Matty Ice took on the challenge and learned the game. He stepped up big time this year, and I look forward to coaching him for years to come.
Okay, so our most improved player was Reese Walkner. Arwar started the year as a ball of raw talent. I like that little metaphor. You could see he had a lot of skills, but his understanding of the intricacies of the game weren't quite there yet. By November, he was reading the play and started anticipating rather than reacting. And phenomenal serve, just a cannon. Sweet.
Our sportsmanship award goes to Cordell Thiessen. He took it upon himself to be a leader, not only with his stellar play, but as a calming influence on the court. In volleyball, you have a lot of ups and downs, wild roller coaster of a game, and it's important to reset in between points. Cordell was our anchor out there.
So our most dedicated player was Trenton French. He was always the first one on the court and the last one to leave. And if he was ever late for a game or a practice, it was because he was picking up one of his teammates. Trenton started setting this year and learned the position quickly because he put in the work, did the reps, and just got better every day. He made some phenomenal shots this year, some really tricky ones that I've never seen before. So it was really, really cool to watch him blossom as a player.
Our MVP this year is Reed Ramsey. Offense, defense, Reed can do it all out there. A lefty that can demolish a ball at this level is almost unfair. He's a great passer, an even better hitter, and he can block. When he got hurt down the stretch, we had to redesign our entire attack. He's an all-time great, first ballot Hall of Famer for sure, and it's going to be tough to see him leave. Our captain's choice this year is Henry Sem. He's an amazing player. He tries hard. I can see why Cordell would have chosen him because he shows up and I can't think of the number of times that he was on the floor saving a ball this year.
And just an incredibly positive young man. You know, I had the pleasure of getting to meet Henry this year, and I'm gonna miss him next year a lot.
Wow, what an excellent group of young men, especially the coaches. Next up, we have varsity girls, coached by Randy Cote and Amy Graydon.
Yes, sir.
How are you feeling today after that season, Coach?
Oh, I really am nervous. I do not like talking in front of people.
Yeah. If you're gonna spew into this.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna get over it. Yes.
You've been with the same girls for 4 years now. Do you want to just talk about those girls for a second?
They're a really diverse group. They're full of cheer and laughter. They're very silly. They're also very determined. They have a lot of heart, and they left it all out on the court, I think.
Yeah, we've had them. We were lucky enough to coach them from grade 9 and move up with them to varsity. And we went through many things. We have Harriet, who looked like a car dealership blow-up doll when she first started in grade 9. And she's now going to be our most improved player overall because she really grew into her body and she was one of the most important people on the court. Also, Kira Lamont played from grade 9 on varsity, and we would not have been, we wouldn't be where we are without her. She's the brains of the operation and the constant for our team, definitely.
Sir, what's the question?
Can you give me a summary of this year's season?
Yeah, this was an excellent season.
Not.
Squeeze me? We're gonna work on it. We ended up being second in our zone, which was amazing. We had a record of 6-2, and we beat every team once. We took Morris to 5 games and beat them here at home, and we beat St. Paul's in 4 here at home, in 5 here at home. We had amazing fans that helped us through that. Shout out to Bob and Gigi, best fans ever. Came to all our games. And all the parents that were there, I think really got the team encouraged and really helped us play harder than we ever have before.
We had a lot of community members come out and support our team this year, which we haven't seen in the last few years, and we'd really like to thank the community for supporting our sports program as well. We appreciate all of it.
Yes.
You're known for your regimented practices. Can you just tell us about what goes on in the gym those early mornings?
We can tell you that they really like box jumps and that they're hardcore into plyo workouts.
They're their favorites. We also have a witch's broom workout that our JV coach, Mrs. Dick, likes to help with. And I think that is definitely a top 3 favorite
Yeah, they like
for
to
the girls.
do a lot of shuffling, a lot of burpees. We also have to say thanks to Cordell and Henry for coming to all our practices and make sure that you were hitting the ball at them, whether it was in the face or not.
Our first award goes to Miss Harriet Wells for most improved overall. And this award is not just for the season, but this award is for all 4 years of her high school career. Harriet came to us with long arms and legs, similar to a car dealership windsock person. And she has really grown into her body and become one of the most important people on the court, and has gained a lot of confidence in everything that she does.
We have the Most Valuable Player Award, and that goes to Miss Kira Lamont Walford. Kira has played on the varsity team since she was in grade 9. She started out as a libero and worked her way into the setter's position. And she's changed a lot of positions over the years and been one of the most dedicated players. She's definitely the brains of our operation and the constant for our team. That's why she is getting the Most Valuable Player Award.
Our next award is Serving Standout, and this award is given to Miss Savannah Blacksmith. Savannah came with an unconventional serve. She is a very tall girl and had to figure out how to use her stride in the right way to not get a line call violation during a game. She figured that out and gained a lot of confidence with her serve, and she was able to go on numerous streaks and holds one of our longest serving streak records.
Hustle and Heart Award. This goes to Miss Crystal Edbum. Even though she was injured in the very beginning of the season, she never gave up. She always had a good attitude and was willing to go in any position at any time, and always was there and being part of the game. And sometimes she went in to just serve, and she just put all of her heart into it and did what she needed to do for her team.
Our next award is the Most Versatile Award, and this award is going to Miss Kylie Ann Doyle. Kylie had to learn multiple positions and coverage. Every part of it was different and would change sometimes game to game. She was always enthusiastic, whether she was on or off the court, and always there with a smile. She always just wanted to be a big part of the team, and she always had to keep us coaches in line so we wouldn't forget her switch-offs.
Okay, we have a new award this year, it's the Incoming Rookie Award, and that goes to Miss Ainsley Thiessen. This was her first year on the varsity volleyball team, and even though she had to miss parts of the games and practices, when she was there, she put everything into it, and we're looking forward to her being a big part of the team next year.
Our next award is the Big Blocks Award, and this award is going out to Miss Rianne Thiessen. Rianne found her block this year, and it was the most amazing moment. She flexed her muscles and got right in there, and the look on her face was absolutely priceless, and we were just so incredibly proud of her, and that's why she is getting our Big Blocks Award.
The next one is a shared award for most dedicated players, and that goes to Miss Julia Spence and Miss Darcy Wilkinson. They wanted more practice. They wanted to stay longer at practice. They wanted more people to hit at them. They wanted to be hit at. They wanted to work on their down balls, their approaches, their attacks, their serving. They hustled at everything you asked them to do, always, well, I shouldn't say always the first one at practice, but always at practice, always at every game, and they definitely deserve the Most Dedicated Award.
Our last award is the Raiders Sportsmanship Award, and this award is going to Miss Megan Pearson. Megan's a big part of our team. She is always pleasant. She often has a smile on her face. She is very kind to her team and the opposition. She never misses a handshake with a ref or scorekeeper, and is always considerate and appreciative of the coaches and everyone around her, and that's why she will receive the Raiders Sportsmanship Award. Okay. Party on, Randy.
Party on, Amy. Alternate ending. Doodly-doo, doodly-doo, doodly-doo. Okay, I just want to end this by saying, Amy's gonna have to go first because I'm gonna cry.
It's always a very emotional time during Sports Banquet when we're saying goodbye to our most senior players for any sport. But when you've spent all 4 years with such an amazing group of young ladies, it's especially emotional. And
the new ones that came on the team that we've just had this, it wouldn't be a sports banquet if I didn't cry, so that's why it's happening. But the grade 12s and all the kids that made this team, you guys were so engaged. You volunteered at your home tournament. You ran everything there. You were fun. You were crazy. You were silly. And I'm gonna miss this team.
thanks, girls.
Wow, that was a humongous season, ladies. So proud of you. So next up, we have something that we like to call, we're playing basketball. Swoosh! Let's talk about the girls' basketball team, coached by Delvin Cote and Alex Mirza.
Hello.
Hey, you guys, could you recap your season for us?
You want to start or me? All right. This year for the varsity girls for RVS, zone was pretty tight. Carmen was strong like usual, but the next 4 teams could have went either way. We lost to West Park by 4, lost to Morris by 2, and beat Vita by 9, which was big. By beating Vita, we got into the zone semifinals. Got stuck playing Carmen again, but overall, it wasn't bad. We had a pretty young team, so looking forward to next year. I think we'll be strong next year and bring home the banner.
We won some games and lost some games, but we always had fun and played hard, and I'm proud of what we did this year.
We did win some games and lose some games.
Yeah, we did win some, and then we proceeded to lose some.
We did lose some.
We won some more after that,
A couple.
but after that we lost a
Then
couple.
we lost a couple really bad.
Yeah,
We won one.
we lost a few.
Okay, next question.
It went.
Yeah, over here.
Hello.
Was there one highlight you could pick out from this year's season?
One highlight.
That's a good question.
I don't think there's one that really sticks out. Just how the girls progressed was the biggest part. Because we started off rather rough, and by the time when we played Vita to beat them, we were playing really well.
Yeah.
That was probably the highlight of our season, like the high point of our season. Everyone was contributing. It didn't matter who was on the court. We were all filling out our different roles, and it was really good to see. It really came together as a team, which made the coaching a lot easier as well.
Oh yeah.
What else did we have? Anything? Off the top of my head, but
I know we had Tim Hortons once. That was cool.
of course.
That was a highlight. I got a bagel. It was good.
Basically, this year, our first award for RVS High School Girls, Sharpshooter Award, goes to Darcy Wilkinson. Darcy was by far our top shooter of the team this year. If you left her alone in three-point land, a lot of times she would drain it. She'd get mad if she didn't, but her shooting greatly improved throughout the year, and she was a big staple of our offense.
So most improved player goes to Taylor. Taylor always brought a lot of energy to the team, always was a solid defender. And over the season, her offensive game just blossomed. It was really cool to see her have a couple of really big games, make some really big shots, and I look forward to seeing what she can do over the next couple of years.
Rookie of the year for varsity girls, Cadence Ryak. Cadence started off the year more worried about her shoes. According to her dad, they're very expensive. And she needed them. Anyway, Cadence we needed her down low, and she played the role really well down low. And basically she was there to rebound, but she did a great job about it. And looking forward to her in the next few years, and we'll need her under the basket.
So most dedicated player goes to Ainsley. Ainsley was there every practice, every game, worked incredibly hard. Just had a great season, and I remember one game I think it was either a ball or the elbow to the face, and she was just kind of bleeding and still wanted to go in the game and just shook it off like a champion. Yeah, Ainsley personifies what we want in an RVS athlete, so look forward to seeing you next year, crushing it. That's too long, I'm done.
Next award for the girls. This is a new one this year. The Iron Woman Award goes to Rayanne Thiessen. Rayanne, basically, if there's a job to be done, she'd do it. Rayanne, you bring the ball up? I can't bring the ball up. Rayanne, you can bring the ball up? Okay, I'll bring the ball up. and she would just do whatever was asked for her. She'd play whenever she needed. She was always working her butt off on the court and off the court as well during practices. And with her drive, I think we'll be very successful next year.
Okay. So the Continued Excellence Award goes to Savannah. So Savannah has been part of the RVS basketball program for all of her years in high school, and she's just a phenomenal player, great shooter, great work ethic, just a real asset to the school, and we're going to miss her a lot next year. So congratulations, Savannah.
And this year for MVP for the girls basketball team, Julia Spence. Julia brought a lot on the court to the game, but also off the court was a big part of the team. Just her leadership skills were very big because we had a younger team. And we needed someone like that just to kind of guide everybody on and off the court. If we needed something down the court, she would just try her best and do it. Once again, we needed either, well, there's 3 of them that could maybe bring the ball, but she was one of the key players to do that. And obviously that's a big part of basketball.
What a group of ballers. Next up, we've got JV boys, coached by Greg Reed. Yeah, over here. Can you just give us a synopsis of the JV boys basketball team season this year?
Yeah, we were able to run a JV team this year. We had, I think, 8 guys of JV age. So it was nice to have a team for them so that they could get some playing time, learn the ropes. They practiced together with the varsity guys, so they were able to learn from those guys in practice and then get out on the floor and play and get some experience. Yes?
You're also the coach of the senior team. Could you
Yes.
give a synopsis of that season?
The senior team, we also had 8 guys, so it was a nice even split between the JV and the varsity. The senior team was quite competitive. They did very well, had a number of wins. Lost out in the zone final to a very strong Carmen team. But overall, we had a very, very strong, very competitive year. Yes?
Basketball's a long season. Was there one highlight you could pick out from it?
One highlight. Well, I think for this year, the highlight I would go with would be having a player that was able to actually dunk the basketball in a game. So that was a pretty cool highlight for this year. Yes?
What's the best part about coaching basketball?
For me, the best part about coaching basketball is seeing some of the older guys take the young guys under their wing, work with them, tutor them, and help mold them into better players. Yes.
What would be the worst part of coaching basketball?
Our sponsor won't like this, but oh well. The worst part for me is every small town we go to has a Subway, and that's where we end up eating. So you get kind of tired of Subway.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks. For JV basketball this year, Denton Matejchuk is our most valuable player. Keegan Delaney would be our most valuable rookie. Alex French would be the most improved player. Triton Shuck would be the most sportsmanlike player. Logan Schlorf is the most dedicated player. Denton Matejchuk would be our most defensive player. And Logan Schlorf would also get the Captain's Choice Award. And our captain this year was Denton Matejchuk. For varsity basketball this year, Cordell Thiessen is our most valuable player. Rashawn Henry is the most valuable rookie. Reed Ramsey is the most improved player. Cordell Thiessen is our most sportsmanlike player. Rashawn Henry would be our most defensive player. Cordell Thiessen would be our most dedicated player. And Austin Schlorf would get the Captain's Choice Award, and our captain this year was Cordell Thiessen.
Congratulations, boys. Way to make that swoosh. Next up on our list, we've got curling. What am I hearing? Hurry, hurry, hurry hard? We've got Amy Graydon and Jamie Felch next up on the docket.
Oh, yes, you serve the hat.
Yeah. What was the highlight of this year's curling season?
Curling has many highlights. There's a lot of great things that happen. But one thing that stands out for me this year was Team Wilkinson had a big win in our tournament in Morris. She had taken on a strong team from Altona and was successful in the game and won to move on in the Bonspiel. So it was a big highlight.
Yeah.
Yes, over there.
Team Lamont Walford, they're aging out this year. Could you talk about them for a minute?
Yes, that's an emotional one for me. I've been working with this group of girls off and on since grade 4. They were active in curling in the community as well as through their 4 years of eligibility in high school. We had 2 different skips throughout their career, and they did curl with a couple of other female athletes from our school. But we did have Emily Gross, Kylie Doyle, Crystal Edbaum, and Kiara Lamont Walford. They were exceptional. I will miss them very much next year, and I was always very proud of everything that they accomplished and did for our school. Yes, over there.
As coach of the varsity curling team, how do you balance that with the community curling that goes on here at RVS?
You know, it's good that you brought that up. We're actually quite lucky that we have such a strong group of volunteers in our high school community, our high school program, that are willing to volunteer their time to further the curling knowledge in our community, especially working with young kids, teaching them the basics, getting them going, and it's always very fun to see them start a curling game with one of the young curlers and talk strategy and see them develop. The girls that we have in our high school curling program also all curl in our women's league in town here in Dominion City, and we wouldn't have such a wonderful women's league without all of their support.
All right, thanks for that.
You with the hat?
Yeah, this one's for Coach Hildebrandt. A lot of people out there don't know what mixed doubles curling is. Could you just explain to them that for a second and maybe talk about your team?
Oh, I'd love to. It is the new super fun way to curl. It's super fast. You only have 2 players per team, so it's easy to get teams out for bonspiels. And you can take turns throwing the rock and sweeping the rock, and it's really fun. It sounds super complicated, but once you start it, it's super easy to pick up.
Mixed doubles first award is best pop-up. Delivering your rock, following your own line call, and then popping up to sweep it all on your slider is quite the task. It shows athleticism, determination, and on occasion, even some acrobatic or interpretive dance moves. This award goes to Miss Darcy Wilkinson. Best hogline in sweeping. This young man often threw great shots while hoping his partner would sweep. He was always willing to sweep his partner's shots from the hogline in with his enthusiasm. This award goes to Mr. Austin Schlorf.
Okay, best power play. Just to reiterate, the power play is when you move the rocks at the beginning of the end, and it's like an advantage for the team that is behind. Julia and Cordell were the first team to use the power play during the mixed doubles, and it worked to their advantage.
For the female curling awards, most improved. This year through league play and into zone curling, Taylor has found her comfort zone and excelled with her delivery, sweeping, and line calls. Congratulations to Miss Taylor Keene. Most dedicated, Julia's enthusiasm towards working on her own game while cheerfully helping others is infectious. Always at practice, willing to help with community curling with care and purpose. Thank you for your loyalty to the game, Julia.
This year for Skip's Choice, I choose Abby because she showed a lot of improvement throughout the year and was a lot of fun to have on the ice.
For MVP, there are 2 recipients this year. Both of these girls are born leaders. They keep a calm head, a keen eye, and thoroughly enjoy the game beginning to end. Congratulations to Darcy Wilkinson and Kiera Lamont Walford. This next award is an award we don't give out every year, but we felt like it was necessary this year. Curling Team of the Year. These girls have toughed it out with me and each other for 4 years of zone curling, plus more than 3 years of community curling. They have been honest, hardworking, silly, competitive, and full of spirit and love of curling. Congratulations to Skip, Kiera Lamont Walford, 3rd, Crystal Edbaum, 2nd, Emily Gross, and lead, Kylie Ann Doyle. This year, for our most valuable rookie, we have Mr. Cordell Thiessen. Cordell started curling this year with RVS. He regretfully hadn't started earlier in his high school career. He's a guy that is always looking to improve and worked hard at getting better. He has pistons for triceps when he sweeps. Hey everyone, I need to say a couple of very important thank yous for curling. I wasn't able to be at curling practice every day right at 3:45, and there are there's 3 very important people that stepped up and made sure that everything happened and happened on time. I'd like to thank Kath Hildebrandt and Mr. Felsch and Miss Major. All of you were super amazing, and I appreciate everything that you do for me and for the program and keeping curling going in our school and our community. So thank you all very much.
Now that's a group that comes straight out of the hack.
So at Sports Banquet every year, we always give out the Male Athlete of the Year and the Female Athlete of the Year. This year giving out the awards is Mr. Delvin Cote. He's the athletic director at Roseau Valley School.
I hear he's really good at directing athletes.
But what does Delvin Cote do all day, every day directing athletes? Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess he schedules some things.
Yeah, I think he calls a ref every once in a while.
You know what? Occasionally he does paint the soccer lines, but I hear he doesn't use a measuring tape. He goes by feeling.
Yeah, or a straight edge.
Yeah, questionable. But you know what Delvin Cote does have going for him this year?
What's that?
That hairstyle. Oh, that
Sick
flow. Man, it is just looking glorious.
We go to Delvin now for our Male Athlete of the Year award.
First off, I'd like to thank you all for coming. I know everyone's got a busy schedule here at RVS, but thanks for showing up and listening to our little press conference here. Got some important news coming up. This is the 2020 RVS Athlete of the Year award announcement. Athlete of the Year is not only based off your athletic ability, also based off your leadership, your coachability, how active you are in the RVS community. So basically it doesn't entail just on the court, but also off the court as well. Moving on, for the boys, 2020 Athlete of the Year, Cordell Thiessen. Throughout the last 4 years, Cordell played basketball, which this year he was captain, volleyball, badminton, soccer, curling. He did pretty much every sport I think we had at RVS. Him as well, he was a leader on the court as well as off the court. I can speak for him for basketball as well. He kind of took the team under his wing and carried them and played every position possible. If we could get up or down by enough points to give him a chance to dunk, that was always on the table for him as well. He's one of the few kids, I think probably the only kid that I've seen in RVS dunk a ball, especially in a game.
Congratulations, Cordell. What an awesome achievement in your grade 12 year. So next up we have Female Athlete of the Year, and we're gonna go to Delvin Cote once again.
This year, for our Female Athlete of the Year, it goes to Kiera Lamont Walford. Kiera, throughout the last 4 years at RVS, she's played volleyball, which this year she was a captain. This year she was a skip for the curling team. She also played badminton for, I believe, 4 years. I think she kind of dabbled in every sport we had at RVS, one way or another. My experience with Kira was through basketball. This year Kira was going to come out and play varsity basketball, so I've had many people come out and decide they're not going to play, but I've never had someone so scared to say, "Mr. Cote, do you mind if I quit basketball?" after one practice. But anyway, that was again was remarkable because she could have just walked away and said, "Hey, I'm not playing," but I'd like to think it's not because she didn't like the coach, but hey, you never know. Anyway, congratulations, Kara. It's a well-deserved award. You deserve it. And also academically as well, Kara. She was a leader in our school academically and even just in the hallways and everything with the little kids. And I know with my daughters as well, they look up to her, and she's a good role model for RVS community. That being said, congratulations to you both. It was a pretty good year at RVS for sports, other than obviously shut down early. But with you two, we're a very big help to our RVS community throughout the years, and thank you for that. Thanks.
Congratulations, Kira, and congratulations to all this year's awards recipients. Here at Sports Banquet, we want to say a big thank you to all the parents, volunteers, referees, photographers, and coaches. But most of all the athletes. They're the ones we're doing this for.
So from all of us here at Roseau Valley School, we want to thank you for your full participation.
Watching RVS athletes, sometimes you think to yourself, what are they thinking? Now is your chance with our next feature, Mind of a Champion. Over here. Hello? Yeah. What was your highlight of your RVS career?
I think that my highlight through my 4 years as an RVS athlete was definitely getting to participate in our home tournaments. It's a lot of fun to see all the teams play and get to play in front of our home fans and the students and seeing the kids get excited watching us play. It's been a lot of fun. That was definitely my highlight of my career.
Over here, yes. What advice, because you're leaving, what advice would you have for younger athletes at RVS?
I think that the advice that I would give to younger athletes here at RVS is, first of all, to play sports. Sports was definitely probably one of my most exciting things that I did over high school. It's lots of fun. You get to see kids in different ways, not just in a classroom setting. You get to watch and grow a relationship with your teachers in a new setting. It's a lot of fun. You get to work as a team. You get to learn a lot of stuff. You get to go for Subway. That's a good part. And play sports and stay dedicated. It's hard to get up in the mornings. I know I've done it, but show up to practice. I think that your coaches respect people who show up to practice and put in the extra work. And they say practice makes perfect, but showing up to practice is important. But play sports and it's a lot of fun.
Hello.
Hey, this one's for Kira. As captain of the volleyball team, can you just talk about that for a second?
I don't know. I think I really liked being captain and leading the team. I had a lot of good girls to play alongside, so it made it easier, I think, to keep a good attitude throughout the game and stuff. Hello.
Hey, this one, can you talk about your basketball career now that you're leaving?
Well, it was a long 4 years. A lot of memories made. I enjoyed the teammates that I've played along with the past 4 years. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. So now that you're leaving and you're a free agent, you've had a lot of great coaches. Do you want to just speak to that for a second?
I definitely think that without the coaches that we've had, we definitely wouldn't have got to where we were. And I remember a few years back when we won the banner. That was crazy, and I think it was just like the coaching and constantly pushing us to be better and encouraging us and keeping us in a good attitude, I think, good mindset throughout the games. Hello.
This one's for both of you. Is there a specific meal that made you the athletes that you were?
After the game, just going to Subway.
Subway?
Yeah.
Definitely Subway.
Looking forward to that.
What's your favorite sub?
BLT, yeah, all the way.
Hello.
You've had some great coaches over the years. What would you like to say to them when you're leaving?
I want to say thank you to Miss Day. It was an amazing year of soccer. Lots of L's, but it was okay because we all still had a fun time. I also want to say thank you to Peterson for teaching me rugby. I had no clue what rugby was at the time. I was so scared to get on the field, getting hit, but after Peterson motivating me, I was just deadly on the field. And I also wanted to say thank you to Mr. Reed and Felsh. Mr. Reed taught me basketball. He helped me worked on my dribble and my shooting. It was lots of hard practice. And I also want to say thank you to Felsh for helping me with my volleyball. I couldn't really reach the net until this year, my last year. I was able to reach a little bit over the net and block some crazy stuff and do a lot of tipping. And yeah.
What was the highlight of your RVS Raiders career?
I say we're going to away games. It was crazy experience. Been to towns that I haven't been before, especially at Carmen. It was lots of crazy games. Took a lot of L's, but it was fun at the end, and we got to eat Subway. And then there was a couple years ago for volleyball. It was at Carmen. We went to Subway, got a lot of jalapenos on my sub, had to take the biggest dump, and it was a long car ride. And then once I got to school, I just exploded the toilets. And yeah, that was fun. And then also playing at home games. Home games was just fun, seeing all your family and friends come to cheer you on. And it was just amazing.
Hello.
As volleyball players, is there any tips you have for new athletes?
Learn to jump as soon as you can.
Well, if you're tall, you don't have to. It's optional. Don't tell coach I said that.
But then you need string bean legs. Hi.
You're multi-sport athletes. Lots of different sports that you played, but one of them was badminton. How did badminton change your life?
We had lots of fun.
Yeah.
We were partners, a little bit disastrous.
I kept on hitting her in the back.
There's a lot of arguments. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was fun though.
Yeah.
It's a bonding experience.
Yeah,
You have to trust another person.
Test the friendship.
Yeah.
Definitely can do that. Quite a few arguments.
Yes, TSN. What was your best memory here at RVS?
Delaney come to a volleyball with us.
Can you tell me more about that?
So he was the cameraman for one game and one game only. He never came any other time, but that game was special.
What was your best memory here at RVS during your career?
Probably grade 12 volleyball season because it was one hell of a run and had a blast for all the boys and two good coaches. Yeah.
Yeah, over here. Is there any advice you'd give younger athletes coming into high school sports?
Play the sports and keep volleyball going.
How about you? Do you have anything to say to young volleyball players?
Don't expect to be good right away.
Yep. Can you tell us about bus rides to and from sports?
Bus rides there are always long and boring because it's just a long ride. But on the bus rides back, all the boys sit in the front back, girls sit in the front, and the boys just diss each other, rap style, go off on each other.
Who's the best rapper on the team?
Best rapper? This man right here.
Mirza.
Chaitan Henry.
Definitely Mr. Mirza. Like he was so good at it that he wouldn't even show us it.
And it's
He just told us how he could diss us, and we waited for it, but never
Man
came.
never spoke.
Now that you're being inducted into the Badminton Hall of Fame here at RVS, can you just tell us about your badminton career a little bit?
It was pretty rough. We didn't win a game from the beginning. My coaches put up with me in the mornings for practices because they were rough, but we did not win a game or come close to winning a game all season.
Hello.
You had a lot of injuries in your career. How did you fight through them?
Just through hard work and coming back way too early. And then I would hurt myself again.
And how did that affect your play?
I would be out for a couple shifts and then I'd have to go back in.
Yeah.
Hello.
What was the highlight of your career here at RVS?
Oh boy. Curling probably, and winning in grade 9. We won our zone. We wanted to go to the zones, and then we didn't win after that. But probably going to zones was my highlight.
Hello.
Is there anything you do before games that gets you ready for the games?
Just mentally preparing, getting into the zone.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is for both of you. Is there any advice that you would give younger athletes here at RVS?
You had to carry your knees, show up to practices.
When people tell you you suck, just keep going. You're definitely better than they are.
Just yell at them.
Like the curling girls were pretty mean.
Hey.
It sounds like there was some animosity between the girls' team and the guys' team in curling. Can you just talk about that for a second?
Well, it was our first actual tournament, and we came second place.
First place.
First tournament. Just putting that out there. First tournament as a team, and we just kept fighting and fighting. It was good.
We didn't have to fight. We've been curling for a long time.
Today, we celebrate all of our athletes, but we also celebrate our coaches. And one in particular is leaving us this year. Jen Dick, this one's for you.
All right, here we are, another year of RVS athletics gone by. Hang on one second here. Hello? She is? Okay. So apparently Jen Dick's quitting RVS. I just got wind of it. The last person to find out always is the athletic director. Jen's moving on to Miller. Hope you like wearing green and white. This is all new to me, so I'm not in trouble. Anyway, Jen, thanks for everything you do at RVS. You're a great help to our athletic department, of course, our programs. We did a lot of coaching and a lot of bugging me, which is always enjoyable. You're going to be missed here. Hopefully we can find someone to fill your role in the coaching duties. And good luck at Miller, and like I said, hope you enjoy wearing green and white.
Thank you, Mrs. Dick, or Jen, I guess now. Can I call you Jen? I'm going to call you Jen. Thank you, Jen, for everything you do for this school. The amount of extracurriculars you do is just unbelievable. And I honestly tried to chase you on that this year, and I am out of steam. As a first-year teacher, too, I really appreciate your leadership. Thank you for helping me out with all the math, especially grade 9, and with administering my provincial exam. And thank you for just being an upbeat personality in the school. I remember whenever I had a bad day, you gave me a chocolate bar, and my day got a little less bad. So thank you so much for that, and good luck at Miller next year.
Hi everyone. I would like to say thank you to one of our staff members and coaches that is going to be not here next year. She's moving on to different things in another town and another school. We're very fortunate, Jen Dick, that you have been with us for so many years. You've enriched the lives of so many kids through education and sport. You've been awesome to work with fun to coach with. You were my very, very first bus trip and my very first soccer game. And while I may have teased about your navigational skills, you made sure we got there and back on the right direction, even in the dark and the rain and the gravel road incident, but safe and sound. So just thank you again for everything that you've done for the kids, for our school, and for all of us as a staff. We can't say enough thank yous, but thank you.
Well, Jen or Mrs. Dick, I guess you'll be missed around here. You've done a lot for our students and for our school, both in the classroom and outside the classroom, lots of coaching, lots of extracurricular activities. And on a personal front, I'll have to drive by myself from now on, so I'm going to miss my carpool buddy. Take care and best of luck over at Miller.
Jen, you're going to be missed. Together we have done grad, volleyball, student council, dances, wake-a-thons, spirit week activities, etc. And you've done more on top of that. I don't know what I'll do without you. It's been nice to have a partner to do everything with and depend on. We do everything in sports, school, and activities together. Oh, it'll be hard without you. I wish you nothing but the best moving on to Miller in your next chapter. Thank you for everything you've done for us here at RVS. And if you ever want to come back, I'm for it.
This is for Jen and Dick, Coach Dick. We're really going to miss you here. I got the chance to coach alongside Jen a lot. Also watch the way that she coached. Learned a lot from her and shared a lot of good memories. I want to look back to the year 2013. Her and I were hired together, and as new teachers we were given the idea of coaching after school hockey. And so this was a weekly sport. I think it was twice a week actually. And sometimes we'd get 2 kids, sometimes we'd get 3 kids. Often these kids couldn't skate very well, but me and Jen were out there fitting them, trying to find skates for them, and just doing our best, and it was some of the most fun I've ever had coaching. We also coached badminton together, and if anyone knows me, the one thing they know about me is that I don't really like badminton, but coaching it with Jen made it a lot more fun. She coached soccer, she coached volleyball, and one thing that many people don't know about Jen is that she's the greatest staff basketball player of all time here at Rosa Valley School. She's the MVP of the staff versus grad basketball game 7 years running. We're going to miss you a lot, everything that you bring to our school. And yeah.
Just a message for Mrs. Dick. Would love to thank you for all the time that you've spent working with students and with staff here at RVS. When I think of the impact that you've had a la Hacksaw Ridge, getting students across the finish line in your essentials courses and just in courses in general, you've been a true Raider and a huge help and inspiration to students and staff here. On a lighter side, I was just wondering if you'd like me to keep tabs with Mrs. Pilkington on your deadlines and when things are due and which emails are important, so that I can send out little reminders for you so that you just keep up with those little tasks.
I want to take this time to personally thank you, Ms. Dick, for everything that you've done for us in the last 4 years of our high school careers. Whether that was sports with badminton and putting all your enthusiasm into it, or if that was in our classrooms learning and showing us what we were supposed to do. We're going to miss you so much next year, and we thank you for everything that you have done. You have been a great blessing to our school, and we wish you the best as you continue your education career. Thank you.
We're all really gonna miss you.
So I'm Jennifer Dick, signing off. May the force be with you.
Stay classy, RVS.